Former President Donald Trump and President Biden could clinch their respective nominations as soon as tomorrow. That's when Georgia holds its presidential primary. KTLA's Eric Spillman in the newsroom now with the latest. Eric, good morning.
Morning, Jessica. We'll get to Georgia in just a minute. First, though, President Biden rolls out a new TV ad today in which he addresses his age.
Look, I'm not a young guy. That's no secret. But here's the deal. I understand how to get things done for the American people.
The Biden campaign plans to spend $30 million blanketing the airwaves with that commercial. Biden will travel to New Hampshire, Wisconsin, and Michigan this week. He's hoping to keep the momentum going from his State of the Union last week. He plans to call for higher taxes on the wealthiest Americans and accuse Republicans of wanting to cut Social Security and Medicare. In Georgia over the weekend, Biden criticized Trump for cozying up to dictators.
He bragged about calling Xi Jinping a king. He called Putin, and he said, do whatever the hell you want to our allies. I'm not making these quotes up. When he says he wants to be a dictator, I believe him.
Donald Trump held a rally in Rome, Georgia, and lashed out at Biden's immigration policies, blaming him for the killing of Laken Riley, the nursing student who was found dead on the University of Georgia campus last month. A migrant from Venezuela who came to this country illegally has been charged with her murder. This morning, Trump was interviewed on CNBC. He was asked about TikTok, the Chinese-owned social media app. While he was president, Trump wanted to ban TikTok. He said it was a threat to national security, but now he says banning TikTok would only help Facebook.
Frankly, there are a lot of people on TikTok that love it. There are a lot of young kids on TikTok who will go crazy without it. There are a lot of users. There's a lot of good, and there's a lot of bad with TikTok. But the thing I don't like is that without TikTok, you can make Facebook bigger. And I consider Facebook to be an enemy of the people, along with a lot of the media.
Back to the campaigns, both Biden and Trump recognize the importance of the state of Georgia, which holds its primary tomorrow. In 2020, Biden beat Trump in that state by just under 12,000 votes. Trump is under criminal indictment in Georgia for his push to overturn Biden's victory there in 2020. Georgia is a swing state that could determine who wins the general election in November. Frank and Jessica.